Hello everyone, Fat Quiet here, and you might recognize the floor from when I first reviewed Roundabout Gem. That's because I am here today with Roundabout Gem. This is not just about Roundabout Gem, but it's about the Gem line as a whole. So this video is here on Gem's anniversary, more specifically Roundabout Gem's anniversary, to showcase the past, the present, and the future of Gem. So first, we have the driver, Stay. This is the first iteration of the Stay driver. With how much it's been used, it's been slightly worn out, giving a slightly rounder edge and a flatter base. This driver has basically no attack, but excels in stamina and defense. Its defense comes from the fact that when it hits here, it's able to swing right back around. Somewhat like the kick driver, or the rise driver. The next part is the nickel plus quarter disc. Originally, Roundabout Gem released with nickel. However, I upgraded it for the weight of other bays. It is simply 2 quarters underneath 2 nickels and taped in there for support. Now we have the Roundabout Gem anniversary layer. It is the anniversary layer due to the fact that while the yellow wings stay the same, the rest of it does not. Originally, the top one was like a gray wing, and the bottom was a mix of a gray like plate and dark gray. The core has gone through 3 different revisions, and I've settled on it no longer being a chip and instead being flush with the original base. And the launching core is made out of these like tiles symbolizing the topaz as the yellow, the ruby as the red, and the sapphire as the blue. So, little thing about Gem, I've tried so hard to when I first made it, it was my first bracket bay, and also, I tried hard to give it a gimmick, which would be an extending wing gimmick from the disc. You know those little L-shaped pieces? There would have been 4 on them on each side, and they would extend out when launched. However, I scrapped this due to it being weak. Eventually, that turned into Unbound Fafnir's disc quad. I don't have to go far to grab the next bay for the review, and I don't even have to walk far to get to the next review place. We have Chaotic Gem Ring Stay FS. Stay FS is a version of the Stay driver that adopted a free spin gimmick, which stayed with it for its next evolution. It is a wider driver, meaning that it must be placed on a 4x4 base, or at least have the studs at the end connect. The disc is the ring disc, which uses a large metal ring with a 4x4 plate inside of it, with 4 studs for teeth. This disc is very simple, stayed with it for its evolution. The layer, Chaotic Gem. It's probably my favorite design. It has 4 wings, with 2 of them instead of having these for a slightly sharper contact point, and these having a steeper one. It's made so that an attack is simply carried out by someone attacking here, and then gets hit like that. But if you get hit by the end of here, this wing will miss. So it's more like, if you hit these, you're bound for like a barrage attack. And if you hit these, then it's a smash attack with how flatter the surface is. I made that up on the spot. I was not thinking of that until now. This bay was originally going to have an extending wing gimmick. I'll put the images at the end of the video, along with its beta design. If I can find the beta designs of all my bays, they'll be at the end of the video. Assembly is easy. The reason this is my favorite bay is due to how structurally sound it is. You hear me say that a lot, and that's because it originated with Gem, having such a stable design on the wings that these never come off, which is sad because of its move Shadow Gem, where it loses these and it gains sharper contacts, which means instead of the smash, it would be the break mode, where it would hit them with a stud that would deal more recoil. The core design is probably my favorite, although I think it went through 1 or 2 revisions. Also, look at that while spinning. God damn. What does Gem original look like? Not bad. So that leads me into our next bay that I don't actually have to go anywhere to review. Priceless Gem. Priceless Gem, Ring, Stay, FS Dash. FS Dash is simply a smaller version, FS Dash Free Spin, Stay FS Dash. Alright, stop repeating myself. It's basically just a smaller version of this. It can actually be disabled by putting a frame on the disc, which will lock it into place and give it more of the performance of the original one. The disc is Ring Dash with a bit of putty or like fun tack on it to give it better burst res. The disc does not change. Layer Priceless Gem. It differs a lot from the other two. While instead of having a square base, it goes straight down with an arrow and abandons most of the colors for a stone gray outside. This was supposed to be in the lore. Chaotic Gem takes too much damage, and so it like bounds itself to a more refined shape, more focused around like guarding itself while it heals. It has the rollers to signify that, and black on its design for like weathering or obsidian, which, trust me, that will come back. On it goes the ring disc. And standing up while recording these hurts. And Stay FS. And so that is it for the main line of Gem Evolutions. Technically. Now, notice how I said main lines. That's because now it's time to review 2 of the wackier Gem Evolutions. Let's get into them. So, one of these I made when some guy asked if I wanted to first join like a little LP group, which I did because I was bored. Then I made a bay in its system, and as I do, I make Gem. So, yeah, we'll do that one first. Of course, the drivers stay. This one has 0 gimmicks, other than just having this, so it's a pretty basic driver. The disc is part of the system, where it has these to connect, then this like launching core. And then the layer is Gem, there's no prefix. Apparently, this was like a beta or something, because it was actually denied like existence on his part because these were too large. And he said that they had to be like 2 studs, but I'm keeping it because Gem has had the iconic wings, I guess, for 2 Evos. And yeah. Pretty simple design, but I like it. We move on to the first metal system Gem. We've got the kick driver, which I know is really strange. Every single other one of these bases had stay. Why not? Did you run out of pieces? No. And I'll explain that in a bit. So kick, it's basically nothing too special. It can't free spin like the real one, or the ring can't, but it has that. And it has putty on the bottom. The disc is 0. We really don't have to go over it, because literally every single release up until like DB or something has had the 0 disc. I'm losing my mind. And then we have the layer Gem Shield or Gem Guardian, where it has double thickness, so yeah, Memsky moment. But the core design is pretty simple, and the main feature are like these giant 2x2 domes used for defense, so shielding. And it's got that, yeah, pretty easy. Pop this down here, take kick, and you put it in there. See, this is a defense type focused around, well, defending from the opponent. It doesn't exactly stay still, but you get the gist. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The next evolution I'll showcase, like, a bit later, just like a small teaser at the end. But yeah, let's move on to some of the beta designs and showcasing some of the old gimmicks that these bays were supposed to have. Also, when I couldn't incorporate the wing, like, extending design on here, Hyperion's gimmick made by Lawrence, I tried putting them on Priceless. It didn't work. Also, old Priceless's design, because I don't think I have an image of it, used to look like... Now, let me just... Goddamn. Hang on. This. I didn't fully put the wings on, but I didn't use this for one reason and reason only. First of all, you guys would have gotten a boring gem design. It's just an oval. Thinking of revisiting this shape someday else, but I didn't use it because the arrow wasn't facing in the middle. If it could have been, then yeah. But hey, that's how we ended up with the roller gimmick. Speaking of which, these rollers actually had a feature on the old version of Priceless that was removed due to stability. It was called the Obsidian and the Quartz Claw. They would simply be small little, like, tooth pieces underneath each roller, and they would extend outwards. Well, actually, just kidding. There weren't two rollers originally. There was just a single one. The other one had the Quartz and Obsidian Claw. There was one on top of the other. The Obsidian one was a black tooth piece above here. The Quartz one was underneath here. The gimmick was that you could flip both the sections over and make it dual spin. Both of these bays were meant to be dual spin, but I decided to trash that idea because it's just a bit too boring. So let me shove all the bays back in my pocket, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this brief history on the gem line. If you ever want me to go in depth on, like, a different bay, like Hydra, Glacier Goliath, I'd be happy to. But that suits the end. Let's move on to the other bays. Well, prototypes, you know what I'm saying.